The Muslim members of our Twin Cities community, Ramadan has come to an end, and now the celebration begins.
Eid is a beautiful holiday. It's my favorite holiday.
The outfits are a big part of Eid. Abayas, henna, the whole 9 yards, makeup done.
I'm really excited.
One of the most anticipated Islamic holidays is here. After a month of fasting from sunrise to sunset, the one-day celebration of Eid begins today.
Festivities traditionally begin with a morning prayer. Pauline Lee joins us live this morning at the Northwest Islamic Center with a look ahead. Pauline, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yes, we are in the newly renovated community center. It's a beautiful space, and we're learning more about the traditions of today and the space itself. So we've got Dr. Tamim Saidi here. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Do I say Eid Mubarak to you?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You too. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, the beautiful space you just renovated. Tell me about where we are right now.
We are at the Northwest Islamic Community Center, which is also known as Masjid al-Karim, the Mosque of the Generous One, which is the name of God.
Yeah.
And we have just renovated this mosque, which is a beautiful decoration, calligraphy, and everything else. And we are just ending the month of Ramadan.
Yeah.
So we used to have about 300-400 people here every night during the month of Ramadan.
Wow. So today is going to be very busy too here.
It is. So it's actually not at the mosque itself, because the prayers are going to be held at the community center next door, at the Clement Community Center. So we are expecting somewhere between up to about 3,000 people over there today.
Oh my gosh. No, Eid is more of a celebration, whereas Ramadan is an observance. What do we celebrate in Eid?
So this Eid, we are celebrating the completion of the month of Ramadan, which is the month of fasting, prayers, charity, getting closer to God, being aware and conscious of God. So that's what Muslims are celebrating right now. And Muslims believe that through that they will hopefully will attain the salvation, the mercy, and the grace of God Almighty. So they're celebrating all of those today.
So then how do we celebrate that today? What are we doing today? What are many families around the Twin Cities doing today?
So that's a great question. So in the morning, we're going to have the regular morning prayers here, but I think about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we're going to have the Eid prayers, which we're expecting 300-400 people for each one of the prayers. People would come in, we'll have about 15-20 minutes of the prayers. Then people get up and greet each other, they congratulate each other for the month of Ramadan, and then they will go out, and each depends on each family. Most of the families would go out to a restaurant, maybe have a lunch, a breakfast or brunch, and then some people would have it at home. A lot of Muslim families have open houses that people would come in for breakfast or for brunches, and then a lot of people would go celebrate whatever the kids want to do. So I think Mall of America is going to be a busy place today with hundreds of Muslim kids, especially since Minneapolis School District is off today.
Yeah, that's right. Now, what is the sentiment for Eid today? How are Muslims feeling in our community?
So Muslims are this is a joyous celebration for Muslims today. They're celebrating, they're happy that this is happening. But it's also kind of tempered with what's going on in Gaza right now. So throughout the month, Muslims have been praying for people, their brothers and sisters in Gaza, with what's happening there, with all the starvation and all the people being killed there. But also it's a time to celebrate and remember them in their prayers, as well as we can encourage them to remember them and their prayers, as well as their donations.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the first morning prayer is beginning in what, 10-15 minutes or so?
15 minutes. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That's our daily prayer that we do on a daily basis.
Yeah. Well, we'll be here throughout the morning. We're going to talk to Dr. Tamim here throughout the morning to learn more about the holiday and the month of observance and Eid itself. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, and Pauline, thanks for sharing the traditions of so many people here from the Twin Cities.
I like how he also said, hey, just make a note right now, the Mall of America,
it's going to be busy.
It's going to be busy today. We'll check in with Pauline a little bit later.
We just wrapped up the first daily prayer here at the community center, and I do have Dr. Tamim Saidi here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, to sit in that experience, and I know we were taking some live looks throughout the morning show, it was a beautiful experience. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening here?
Sure. So today is our day of Eid. This was our regular first morning prayer, which usually if you come in the morning, people are praying here at 5:30 in the morning. So, and then the chanting was special for Eid, because on Eid day they will glorify God in a loud voice, glorify and extol God loudly. And then also as you see people greeting each other, hugging each other, that is a way to celebrate and congratulate each other for finishing the month of Ramadan, which we just finished yesterday. So that's what's happening today. So today is the day of Eid, which is a day of celebration for us.
Yes. Now let's go back to Ramadan, because we know it as a month of fasting from sun up to sundown, but there's meaning behind that fasting too. What is that mean?
So the main meaning is for Muslims believe that when we fast, it helps us get closer to God, to get piety, to get righteousness, to be more aware of God Almighty. It's also a month of charity. It's a month of fasting, a month of remembering God Almighty, and being good to the poor, being good to the family members, being good to the neighbors and the family members, and so on. So it has a lot of benefits to Ramadan. What people generally see is only the fasting part, but generally there's a lot more to it. And it's also a month of reading the Quran. Muslims believe the Quran is the last revelation from God Almighty. They will read the Quran, reconnect with the Quran. We have nightly prayers. There's some extra prayers during the month of Ramadan. So it's a really a spiritual month for Muslims.
Yeah.
A highly spiritual month for
And
Muslims.
something you said in there that kind of, we talked about this earlier, but taking care of the people who are maybe less fortunate than us.
Yes. So one of the requirements for celebrating Ramadan and Eid is that every person who can afford to should give enough money, so one other person who is not financially fortunate enough, so they can celebrate also. So each member of the community here are paying for each member of the family, if young or old, they will give $15 at the minimum, so they will actually feed somebody else. So somebody who cannot afford to celebrate today, they will get to celebrate today also.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, you do have special prayer times for Eid today.
Yes, we do.
You too are leading a sermon.
Yes.
We're going to talk more about that coming up a little bit later on in the show, guys. I'll send it back to you.
All right, looking forward to that, Pauline. Thank you so much.
This is a beautiful holiday. It's my favorite holiday.
The outfits are a big part of Eid. Abayas, henna, the whole 9 yards, makeup done.
I'm really excited.
Now, one of the most anticipated Islamic holidays just around the corner. After a month of fasting from sunrise to sunset, the one-day celebration of Eid begins today.
The festivities traditionally begin with the morning prayer, and our Pauline Lee joins us live at the Northwest Islamic Center with a look ahead. Pauline, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, the first morning prayer for Eid begins in about an hour from now. Pretty soon, thousands will make their way here at the Northwest Islamic Center to celebrate Eid. So we do have Dr. Tamim Saidi here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Or should
Thank you
I
for
say
being here.
Eid Mubarak.
Thank you very much. Eid Mubarak to you too. Thank you.
Yes, wonderful celebration. Tell me a little bit about the celebration today. What is today's celebration?
So today is Eid, which is a celebration of completing the month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan is a lunar month, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar year. It's a month of fasting, but not only fasting, it's a month of charity, it's a month of community, it's a month of getting closer to God, it's a month of being conscientious of God, being close to the family and the community. So a lot of amazing benefits for the month of Ramadan. So we are celebrating that we were able to complete this month and complete all our worship during this month.
Yeah, so now, as I mentioned, we're expecting maybe thousands to come here.
Yes.
And two, this mosque is beautifully renovated mosque just in time for Ramadan.
Yeah.
You will be giving a sermon as well this morning.
I am, yes. I think I'm the third sermon today. So we have 4 sermons. I'm going to be the third one today.
Now, what will you be talking about?
So we're going to be talking about, my focus is going to be talking about the past, the present, and the future. The past is talking about the month of Ramadan. The future is how to keep up the good works that we did during the month of Ramadan for the next, the second part of the year, and also talking about today with the celebrations and what to do today with the family. And today is very much a day to celebrate with the family, to be a joyous celebration, to take, to enjoy with the kids and families, buy them some gifts, take them maybe to Mall of America, something fun that they want to do. But also Muslims are, this year, Muslims are also, it's a little tempered with what's happening in Gaza. So Muslims are praying and keeping our brothers and sisters in Gaza in our prayers this year also.
All right. Well, the first prayer starts at 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
And it really is open to all Muslims in our community, in which we have a very significant population of.
We do. I think almost 200,000 Muslims in Twin Cities.
Yeah, and it's been, you say it's felt like it's more accepted here in our community. I mean, we've got Minneapolis Schools who has school off today. St. Louis Park also has school off today so that kids can celebrate. I mean, that's wonderful. It is wonderful.
I think there's more people are more aware of the Muslim, their Muslim neighbors and friends and colleagues, and I think social media helps with that. And also you guys help a lot with the media, helping us understand, helping us help our neighbors and colleagues to understand who are the Muslims, what they celebrate, what Eid is, what Ramadan is. So yeah, there's definitely a huge change from first when I arrived in the U.S. about 30 years ago. There's been a huge improvement about people understanding these things. So we are very grateful for that.
Well, we're grateful that you got up early to share part of your culture and your traditions with us. So we appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and visiting us.
All right, we have more information on our website, WCCO.com. We'll have more coming up in about half an hour, guys.
All right, Pauline, we look forward to hearing more. Thank you.
So we're here in the newly renovated mosque where we're expecting, thousands of people to celebrate Eid today. So I do have Dr. Tamim Saidi. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, I should say this is a beautifully renovated mosque, but this isn't even big enough for today's celebrations, is it?
No, we're expecting a few thousand people today.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be next door at the Plymouth Community Center. So we're expecting close to 2,000 to 3,000 people today for the prayers.
Oh my gosh. Now, part of today is about dressing your best, maybe in new clothes. It's just part of the tradition of celebrating today.
It is, yes. It's a joyous celebration. It's a day to meet the family and meet the community and meet the neighbors and everybody else. So, yeah, people are wearing their best clothes that they have. They're dressed in their best today.
Now, tell me the importance of being together today in terms of family and community. Why is that so important today?
I think what is important is that it helps us to connect with each other better. When being with a community helps us recharge our spiritual batteries. It recharges our social batteries. I remember during the COVID years when we were not together, it was very difficult for a lot of us not having that physical connection, that proximity connection with our community. So it really means a lot to us just being together, understanding, helping each other, receiving help from each other, praying for each other, receiving prayer from each other. So that's extremely important for us to be part of the community.
Yeah. Now, as we've been chatting this morning, I've learned there's two Eids. There's this one and there's another one that's coming up as well. What is the difference between the two?
So this one is a celebration of completion of the month of Ramadan, which is considered to be a month of mercy, a month of forgiveness, and month of salvation from God Almighty, and huge blessings from God during this month. So we're celebrating that. The second celebration is a celebration which comes after the season of Hajj, that people go to pilgrimage. And also that is a commemoration and remembrance of Abraham, peace be upon him, Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, being willing to sacrifice his son for the sake of God. So Muslims remember that, and they would actually sacrifice an animal like a sheep or a camel or a goat, and the memory of Abraham, peace be upon him, and his son, and they would feed the needy, would feed their family and friends, and they would feed their own family with that also.
Yeah. And
so that is the second Eid, which is about 70 days from now.
Right. And these are big celebrations in this community. I mean, it's like the equivalent of Christmas.
It is.
Maybe Christmas, Thanksgiving, like New Year's, all combined.
Right. So there's as joyous for Muslims as Christmas is for Christians.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing some insight into your community and your traditions.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here.
We appreciate it. Well, coming up at 7 o'clock, that's when the first Eid prayers take place. We'll be over at the Plymouth Community Center. We'll bring that to you live as well on our streaming service, CBS News Minnesota. We'll see you then, guys. We're just minutes away from the first Eid prayers of the day to get underway here. So we're in the Plymouth Community Center. I do have Dr. Tamim Saidi. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for having us. This has been a wonderful cultural experience. So as we get ready for the first prayers, let's move out of the way here so you can take a turn about the room. Tell us what's going on right now, because I hear some light chanting that sounds beautiful.
So this is a chanting that starts before the prayer, and the Muslims are basically glorifying God Almighty. They're saying God is great, mentioning the greatness of God Almighty, saying all praise and thanks be to God, and also they're mentioning that all peace and blessings be upon all of the messengers of God, including the last messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him. And this, you're going to be reciting these things until the time for the prayer, which is at 7:15, I think, and then the prayer will start, and it would be the official prayer and the sermon after that.
Okay, now I noticed the room. How is it set up? Because I see the men more in the front, and I see women and children in the back.
Yeah, so the way it works is that we have the imam, the leader of the prayer, is going to be in the front. We're going to have the rows of men usually, and generally we'll have the rows of boys after the men, and then the rows of girls, and then the women, and that actually works, functionally works also, but it's also more comfortable for a lot of women because they're bowing down and prostrating, so they feel more comfortable with that, and this is the way that traditionally Muslim prayers are done.
Oh, okay, so now what else is happening today in celebration of Eid?
So what's going to happen is a lot depends on the families, and families are going to usually have some parties together. They will get together for breakfast, for brunch. A lot of the restaurants are booked right now, and then they will also go to celebrate and have some fun with the kids. Maybe Mall of America, maybe Urban Air, maybe one of the other fun places to go, and then also some open houses for lunch, for dinner, and then probably what the people go and try to be as fun, make it as fun, give gift for the kids, give cash for the kids, and all the other things.
And Eid is really like a celebration, a marking of the end of a month-long fast.
Yes, so it was the month of Ramadan, which Muslims are fasting from morning until the evening, and then when the month ends, we're celebrating the mercy, the forgiveness, and the salvation from God Almighty during this blessed month, the month of Ramadan.
Well, I think the prayers are getting a little bit louder. I think it might be getting underway soon. So thank you so much for spending the morning and sharing a part of your culture and your tradition with us. It's been beautiful.
I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Pauline Lee live in Plymouth for us. Pauline, thank you.